Hey guys, Jeff here with the Common Sense Camper. I'm going to go over what I would use for a day hike. If I was, I like to start out early. I like to get up before the sun's out and hit the trail. I found it kind of helps my body acclimate to the temperature a little better, especially in the hotter months, because when it's cool out and it kind of gradually sneaks up on you, it doesn't seem to be as bad as when you go straight out into the woods and it's 80 degrees. So I thought I would go over what I take on a day hike and what I use. So this is kind of the setup. I'm always going to have my Leatherman. I'm going to carry a neck knife, and this is the Azula 2, which is a really great neck knife, all around great knife. Full tang 1095 Crovan steel. And then what I have here, this is it's a Rothko Ammo Bag, and this is the smaller one. This is the 8x10. They make one that is pretty elusive. I've seen some people say on YouTube that they've found them, but they seem to be a little elusive. I've yet to find one. All the ones I've seen are 8x10 by about 3.5 inches wide. But the nice thing about this is very budget friendly again, because this is a $7.50 bag, and I've found it's just really comfortable, and you just sling it over your shoulder, and it's one of those things you just kind of forget about. So that's what I carry everything in. And then on the side here, what I did, I'll show you this little trick. Just tied some paracord around the strap, and that's what I put my gloves in. Now what I do, and this really isn't a bushcrafting trick as much as it is a construction trick, to get your gloves to a manageable size, is you simply take the one glove and you put it on. So you're going to put this glove on like that, and you just take the other one backwards and put that hand inside of it, and then you just pull it off. So both gloves are in there secure. You know you're not going to lose them, because these do take up a little bit of room in the pack. So I've just attached that to some paracord on the side. Now in the pack itself, I have a bottle of water. I have my lunch, which is simply just ramen noodles. I have this. This is an aluminum Boy Scout. This is the little pot out of that kit, and I have had this since I was a Boy Scout. I use this thing all the time. It's aluminum. A lot of people frown on cooking out of aluminum. I don't know why, because there really isn't any scientific data that cooking something out of aluminum is harmful to you. I prefer aluminum, especially when you're boiling water, because it gets hot very quick. So then I just have a little cup in there for my coffee, and then I have a Spork. Now this is just a plastic Spork. It's not titanium. It's not some expensive thing. You can get the bottle here. I got that at I think it was Walmart. I'm sorry, this was at Cabela's. I had these on sale for $5. The entire Boy Scout cooking kit, you get this, you get the cup, and then you also get like a frying pan with a lid, and then there's this little which eventually you turn into a handle that screws on and holds it all together. You can get those things for $5 or $6. If you go to a flea market, I bet you can pick one up for about $2. So that's my my cooking kit. And then in here, this is another $4.90 Rothko pouch. This has all my fire starting gear in it. Now when I'm going on a day hike, I'll add a couple things to this. So there's the fire starting kit. I will add 3 tent pegs. I will add a sharpening stone. All this is This is out of my Gadco knife sharpening kit, and I really don't like the Gadco sharpening kit. For some reason it tends to put waves in the blade, so I have gone back to just using a good old tried and true way, and that's using a whetstone. So I kind of use this as a whetstone. I thought instead of going out and buying another work sharp, which those things are like 25 bucks, I just took the fine stone, took the rod out of it, and that's what I used to field sharpen my knives on a day trip. And then I have a small first aid kit. And again, this is another Rothko find. This was $2 in an Army surplus store. And then inside of there I also keep chapstick, and I use that also to oil the blade on the Azulu so it doesn't rust. And then in the front pouch of this fire kit I just have, this was at Cabela's, these were three different size bags. It's just a little cinch pouch, and that was 99 cents for 3 of them. And this was actually the small, or the medium one. And I use this to gather up tinder, brush and birch bark, in order to start a fire. And then the last thing I have in here is my good old Baco saw. So what I thought I would do is kind of put everything together for you and show you how I would cook a meal if I want a hot meal out on the trail. So I'm going to get this set up and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What I did is I used these tent stakes for my pot. I just set it on there. The reason I do that is I've yet to find a stove that I really like. A lot of them have some significant weight to them. So I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can see this over here. The key to starting a good fire, one is being prepared for the fire. And my favorite method obviously is the cotton balls of petroleum jelly. But you want to have, and it's what I refer to as small, mediums, and larges, and that's your kindling pile. And this for me actually is kind of small. My kids would attest to that because I'm always saying more wood, more wood, more wood. But for this video, I think this is ample. And so you want to have small pieces that you're going to put on your fire starter right away, then build up to your mediums and your larges, and then eventually you might want to get some larger pieces that you actually baton and split in half to get some nice hot coals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to start this cotton ball. And I'm just going to take my smalls, I'm going to load those on there, let that get going really well. And this wood's pretty wet right now because it just rained. So you want to have your start out with your small pieces, let that get up a little bit, and then start putting your mediums on, like so. And like I said, the 99% of a good fire is just being prepared to maintenance the fire. If you don't have enough wood or enough material, you're not going to get a good fire. It's going to burn out on you, and then you're going to have to start all over again. So if you think you have enough, get double that. That's kind of my rule of thumb. So we got that. I'm going to go ahead and put this in while I can for the pot. And I'm just going to put some water in this. Like I said, aluminum, I'm telling you, that's a really one of my favorite ways to cook, just because it just gets so hot so fast. I'm going to fill that up about halfway. And I'm just going to, looks like I need to tap that one down a little bit more. And I'm just going to set that on there. Get that to a nice boil. Put a couple large sticks on there. Just to keep it going. And that's about it. I mean, that's kind of how you get the fire going. Not real difficult. Again, if you prepare for it. If you don't and you cut yourself short, you're not going to be happy. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. Had a nice controlled fire going. I didn't want anything too big. It took, once I put the ramen noodles in there, it took about 9 minutes. And these are pretty much ready to go. So I'll take some out of here. Give her a shot. Yeah, nice and soft. You can see there, really hot. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the fire, let it cool down. Give these things a whirl. It's not like I don't know what ramen noodles taste like. Perfectly done, really soft. So that's it, guys. That's what I would do for a day hike, especially in like October, November, December, where it's colder out and I want a hot meal. This is how I would do it. This is basically the gear that I would take. Now in the winter, obviously I'm going to have a pair of winter gloves, probably a toboggan, but basically it's the same pack that I would use, that Rothko Ammo Bag. They do make one that's a little bigger that I might check out. It's their messenger bag. And then there's also what they call the check bread bag, which I think would be pretty neat to check out as well. So that's it. This is Jeff with the Common Sense Camper, camping out.